Do me a favor, would you? And help me welcome Times2 as they bring their debut album, One. Come on, give it up. Here they come.
got earplugs. They said, what?
Yeah.
So some of you got earplugs. That's good. So this is a concert. We don't have like a message prepared, except that Jesus loves you.
That's right.
Feel free to participate along with us. We're here to have fun, and we want you to come and have fun with us. We're celebrating God's faithfulness to us through this record. So we're so happy that you're here, and we are so happy that we're here. And we thank our church and our pastors and our leadership for inviting us and hosting us. We're so thankful. Woo! And we want to thank On Point Productions Designs for the stage design, the lighting, and the audio. Jeff Sanderson, Joe Norwood, Todd Gaffney, and Grady Moreland. Yay! Grady. People, you know how it is when you have a pet, and you've had the pet for a while. I'm afraid this might happen to you guys. You start looking like your pet. Your pet starts looking like you. So you should pick your pets carefully, right? But you spend so much time together, you become family, you start to act alike and look alike, right? You feeling what I'm saying there?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Feel free to go, oh yeah, I get it, I can take that. Okay, cool. Well, this is all gonna make sense, I'll tell you how. Since we travel together like we do now, and I'm usually the one that takes care of details like, this is where we're going, this is when we're meeting, this is whose house we're meeting at, this is who's driving, this is what you guys are supposed to wear, and that's mostly for the boys. Well, it's really for Trent. Hey, you gotta look out. I'm looking out. So we've been doing that, and everybody started calling me the band mom. So I'm the band mom. And Jeremy said, if you're the mom, what are the rest of our roles in this band? Who are we if you're the mom? And then what I'm gonna share with you is what Jeremy came up with. I'll start with Jeremy, because it was your idea. He came up with it. Jeremy is the older brother. In the band, he is the youngest of the band, but in life, he's the older brother at his house. The rest of us are all the youngest child in our families. That's scary. But in this family, Jeremy's the older brother. What that means is that he's constantly watching Trent and Joey to make sure they stay out of trouble, that they're where they're supposed to be, when they're supposed to be. And also, Jeremy does stuff and then is really good at blaming it on Trent and Joey, so they get in trouble and he doesn't. Is that right? Would you say? Okay. All right. And then Joey, and for those of you who know him will know this is right, Joey Archer is the little brother. And Cheryl Bradley, our keyboard player, is the little sister. I think they might be twins. Not identical. Fraternal. I was going to say that.
We compete a lot.
Yeah, a lot. Like all the time. All the time. They always try to tattle on each other. Cheryl will say, oh, I'm telling Lori, oh. Always. And Joey always thinks that Cheryl plays too much with her left hand on the keyboard. She's playing all over his bass line. Is that right?
Yes.
I'm right. Mama knows.
Mama's right.
And Cheryl always tries to find a way to do it anyway. She's like, okay, but then she'll put her hand back up there. And then there's Trent.
Trent!
Trent's the middle child.
Yeah.
He's the middle child,
Yeah.
which means that, he thinks everybody ignores him. He makes it really hard. We don't ignore you. I know. Trent always loses stuff, always forgets stuff, right? Ooh, I have a funny story about your clothes. I think I might tell it. Okay. Can I tell it? Okay. This is the middle child. I can't remember where we were. We were somewhere, not here. Minnesota, Canada, and the guys all decided they'd wear khakis for the last time. Cheryl, are you right, or is Joey right? Well, they decided they'd wear khakis, and so they all brought their khakis, and Trent's wife, Carolyn, packed for Trent because he needs that. She's his helper. And when he put his pants on, he said, "What side do your pants button on? Are guys' pants, do they have pleats on them? Do you have a pocket right there?" And those guys are like, "No, no." And they started laughing. They were Carolyn's pants.
But he wore them anyway.
He's so committed to the dress code, he wore them anyway.
Take a bow, Kat.
Yeah, we love these guys. They're our children, and girl, they're our children. So Jeremy's last dilemma was, well, then what about Sherry? Because she's not the last, she's not the least, and she's not the dad. So who can she be? Who is she? And Jeremy said, oh, I know. She's a cool aunt who always has gum in her purse. And all the kids run to her and talk about mom.
Yeah.
And everybody wants to ride in her car because it's cooler.
True.
So that's us as a family. Thank you for letting me tell that story, Trent. Now I would like to actually introduce a real physical, biological member of my family. Peter, will you come up? This is my son, Peter Green. Peter practiced when he lived with me his senior year in high school. He practiced, wait, it sounds like that was the only year he lived with me. Growing up, Peter was born and raised in my home. And in his senior year, while also living in my home, he would practice his guitar wherever I was. If I was in the kitchen, he'd come practice guitar in the kitchen and show me what he was working on, what was new, what was hard, what he wanted to do. And one day he played this series of chords, and I went, oh, that's cool. What song is that? Who does that song? And he said, no, nobody. I made that up. And I went, what? Play that again. He plays it again, and I went, I think that could be a song. I think I could write a song to that. So we worked it out. Long story short, we wrote a song to what Peter played. And it's called Who Is Like You, and we're going to sing it for you now.
Yeah. I'd have to say it's bringing a few tears to your mom's eyes. It's the first time we've played it with you. Yeah. Like that. Woohoo. Well, this time we want to introduce our producer of the CD that we are singing all the songs from, called One Good Reason. Where are you, Scott? Scott Anderson?
Scott Anderson.
Here he comes. As he's coming down, come on. He's worked with Natalie Grant, Take Six, Scott Kerpane, who just won the songwriting competition for American Idol. Yeah. He's done music for SeaWorld, and of course, one of his latest is our project. Scott Anderson.
And he wins every contest he enters.
Yes, he does. He does. And you're probably wondering, what the heck is he doing with that on? Well, when we were recording this next song, we were listening down to the song, and all of a sudden he comes walking in the room with this on, and we are laughing, thinking, are you
That's
kidding?
so funny.
This is hilarious. You're not really going to play this. And then he starts playing it to the song, and we're like, oh, you have to do it. So tonight, he's joining us. He's doing it. He's joining us. This is a song, when it gets to the chorus, we want you to just join in and sing with us.
Defending his
Let's hear it for the accordion.
Okay, I had just one question. Is my mom here? Where are you, Mom? There's my mom and my dad. Do you still have your accordion? Didn't you have an accordion? Probably in the attic. Did I not tell you she would say it's in the attic? Yeah. I love it. Are we ready? All right.
Yes.
I'm in love. I'm so in love. I'm in love with you. I'm in love. I'm so in love. I'm in love with you. You draw me in with your powerful love, and my heart lives for you. You draw me in with your powerful love, and my heart lives for you. I'm in love. I'm so in love. I'm in love with you. I'm in love. I'm so in love. I'm in love with you. You draw me in with your powerful love, and my heart lives for you. You draw me in with your powerful love, and my heart lives Well, we always like to play games at our concerts. So it's time to give a CD away. And because we are times two, what we like to do is people who have more than 2 twos in their birthday, they're to stand. So it's the month, the day, the year. Like if it's February, that means you have a 2 in it. If you're born in 1922 or I don't know, or you know what I mean?
62, 72,
If you have
82,
more than 2
92.
twos in your birthday, go ahead and stand up.
2000.
I see a few. Okay, we've got a
right.
few. Wow. Okay, if you have more, or if you have 3,
Yeah.
stay standing.
Stay
still.
remaining.
Whatever. If you don't have 3, you need to sit down.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
All right. 4. Does anybody have 4?
Oh,
Where-
then
where'd you go?
They all went away.
Oh,
The
you have
threes
to. Okay, the
stand back
3
up.
have to stand back up. All
And
right.
now sit down. No, just kidding.
So we have 3 people. Oh, 4 people. Oh, yeah, right here. Okay. Yeah. Gotcha. All right. Today is June 6th, right?
Yes.
Whose birthday is the closest to today? That has 2s in it. That are standing. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry. Is it your birthday today?
Happy
Oh, yesterday. Okay. What's your birthday? Tell me what your birthday is. February? Okay.
24, 22nd.
Who's closest to June 6th? Anyone?
February 24.
February. We have September. What are you? Oh, never. Okay. What?
Yeah.
December. So it's February,
24th?
right?
March, April, May.
No. September.
Who's
September.
September. Come on down. September. It's you, right here.
No, it's the guy.
Okay.
Coming back.
Come on down. Thank you.
Pastor Tim, tell him what he's won.
Shirt toss.
She throws like a girl. Yeah, she went like it went down.
Yeah.
You get it? Oh, look in the way back.
Okay, so let me just say, oh, honey, let me just say that if you got a girl t-shirt and you're a boy, you can take it
Too
back
bad.
to the table and trade for a boy t-shirt. If you got one that's too huge, too small, take it back. We'll exchange them. We're good like that. Well, thank you. In this church, Church of Living Water, Pastor Bert every year goes away for a while. Around September, October, he sets himself away and fasts and asks the Lord for a word for the church for the coming year. One year that he did that, the word that the Lord gave him was prayerfully captured promises. And for the next season of time, he would bring messages to us that talked about how God's word does have promises in it. They are true. They are for us today. And he wants to see them fulfilled in our lives. And it was a life-changing series of lessons that he took us through. And what we discovered and what I discovered is that when the Lord speaks a promise to you from his word and you take it, I receive that promise from you, Lord, there's a period of time that passes between the giving of the promise and the fulfillment of the promise. And Pastor Bert calls that the long middle. It's the long middle. Sarah and Abraham had some seriously long middle between the time God said, you're going to have a baby, and she actually had a baby. And I wrote this song during the long middle between the time the Lord gave me a promise and the time I saw the fulfillment. When my companion is fear and my shadow is doubt, grow weary of my tears, there's only silence in the clouds. Feels like I'm begging for my life. Are my cries falling on deaf ears? I wonder, is it worth this fight that lingers year after year after year? Slumber is hiding from my eyes as I am praying for peace. Only the loneliness of night and sorrow comfort me, and I'm begging for my life as I am driven to my knees. And I'm so tired of this fight that is consuming me. So I'll take this chance and I'll ask for grace, 'cause I know you promised. I'll take this chance, one more chance, 'cause I know you promised me. I've been afraid to hope or even to believe for something that I know, and yet I haven't seen that a better life is mine, and I will find it on my knees, 'cause I am gonna win this fight, and nothing's moving me. So I'll take this chance and I'll ask for grace, 'cause I know you promised. I'll take this chance, one more chance, 'cause I know you promised me a promise of love, a promise of grace, a promise of peace, a promise of life, a promise you made, a promise you keep. So I'll take this chance and I'll ask for grace, 'cause I know you promised me. I'll take this chance and I'll ask for grace. I know you promised me. I'll take this chance for grace, because I know you Thank you, Scott.
Thank you, Scott. Got to let them out of their cage every once in a while.
Sometimes if you got it, you got to let it shine.
You had fun, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you have fun? All right. Yay. So, did I? I had fun. Sure. Yeah. Yes. Now I lost my train of thought. Dang it. What? True today? Just first time today? You know, we have had fun with these songs, and we're celebrating, and we're so thrilled to have this record. It's the next step that the Lord's called us to. But what we're about to settle into is the heart and soul of Times 2 and what we love to do, which is to place ourselves in the presence of the Lord and meet with him there and have him come and breathe life into us. And we go and exchange our weakness for his strength and our need for his provision. And that's our heart and our soul. And we invite you to come with us into the throne room and receive from the Lord.
Would you breathe over us as we breathe? that you are. Fill us tonight with all that you are. We are ready for you to pour into us. We are ready tonight. Fill us, Lord, with all that you are, Lord. We are hungry for you. We are thirsty for you, Lord. As you breathe over us, we will breathe you in.
Don't leave this moment yet. Keep playing, you guys. God, we position ourselves before you. We grant you access to the deepest places. You are free to move, free to move in me. Change where there needs to be change in me by the power of your presence, by the power of your spirit. Don't let me stay the same. Oh God, there's an open heaven over us. The presence of the Lord is among us to move and to impart and to heal and to provide. And we want to give him every opportunity to do that. So if you are open and willing to the Lord to come in and make himself a little more at home, you take this time, this holy ground, holy appointed time of the Lord.
I wrote this song when I was praying for a band, and all of us were in different times and seasons, and the thing I prayed for was that they wouldn't be tempted to back down from what God's called them to do, because sometimes it's hard. We all have families, and we're living our dream, and the dream is big, but the challenges are just as big or bigger. And I just began to worship the Lord at my piano, praying over all of us as a team. God, you'd unify our hearts, strengthen us, God. When we grow weary, we run to you. And that's for you tonight. If you're weary, you can run to him. Peace in the storm, peace in the storm. to Ramah, that when I'm troubled, I run to you. Father, thank you that we can run to you. If you need him tonight as your Savior, you can run to him. The Bible says that all you do is confess with your mouth that Jesus is Lord. You believe in your heart that God raised him from the dead. You're saved. And then you tell somebody. If you need him as your Savior tonight, run to him. If you need him as your healer tonight, run to him. He can provide any healing you need. If you need him as your provider tonight, you can run to him. He has all of heaven, all riches, spiritual, emotional, physical, whatever the need is, you can run to him. His strength is sure. If I rise on the wings of the dawn, or if I settle on the far side of the sea, even there your hand will lead and guide. You're all around me, and I'm surrounded. Everywhere I go, your presence covers me, and your constant love makes me know you're all around me. Where can I go that I won't find you there? If I try to hide, you know just where I'd be. And you sustain me with your faithfulness. You're all around me, and I'm surrounded. Everywhere I go, your presence surrounding us, Lord. Will you sing that chorus with us again? And I'm surrounded everywhere I go. Your presence covers me. In your constant love makes me know you're all around me. I'm surrounded, and I'm surrounded everywhere I go. Your presence covers me. In your constant love makes me know you're all around me. All around, all around, all around. Sing it out. All around, all around, all around. You're all around, all around, all around me. All around, all around, all around. You're all around, all around, all around. You're all around, all around, all around me. Here we are. All around, all around, all around. You're all around, all around, all around. You're all around, all around, all around me. All around, all around, all around. You're all around, all around, all around. You're all around, all around, all around me. I'm surrounded, and I'm surrounded everywhere I go. Your presence covers me. Your constant love makes me know you're all around me. 'Cause you're all around, all around, all around. You're all around, all around, all around. You're all around, all around, all around me.
Yes.
Yeah. You got to sing another song with us.
You can stay
it's really simple. Stay standing. Our God reigns. Our God reigns. Forever your kingdom reigns. That's all it is. Our God reigns. Sing it out. Our God reigns.
Yeah, he's worthy to receive glory and honor and praise. Unto him be all glory, honor, and praise. Amen? Yay. You may be seated. If that we just shared together is Times Two's heart and soul, the backbone, the anchor that is Times Two Ministries is the cross. What Jesus sacrificed on the cross, what he accomplished on the cross, and how he beat death by dying but not staying dead. How he rose again, and bringing with him out of the grave, he brought life for us. And we cling to that. We love that, and we defend it. And we live our lives praying to reflect that truth, that Jesus Christ died for us and didn't stay dead. He rose again. And every word in the Word of God is true because he said it is. And so this is our backbone.
For no
We lost. Did we lose the sound? We did. It died. I don't think we could have had any better time.
It's the power of the cross.
It's the power of the cross, yeah. Isn't that true? It's the power of the cross, yeah. Hey, can we just give these guys a hand one more time? Yes. Okay, they told me at the beginning that they weren't going to do an encore because they wanted to get out there so they could greet you and give you their CD. Hey, I got one good reason for you to go out there and buy a CD. Did you get it? You got it. I've been planning that all night, man. I just couldn't wait to do that. Hey, would you be seated for just a minute? Can I get a little bit of the house lights up, bro? Ushers, will you come? Here's what we're going to do. This is where we do kind of our family business. We receive an offering for this is our family stuff that we do. But ushers, go ahead, come forward. And this is for us to give our tithes and offerings. But here's what I just want to say to you, okay? If you came prepared to do that because that's what you do and that's biblical and godly and righteous, do it. Make sure you mark on their tithe or on your envelope, mark it for that. But here's what I want to do. For the sake of time, we're going to just take one offering. But this is good soil that you just received. Do you agree? This is good ground to sow seed into. And so I just want to pray, and I want you to really talk to the Lord. I'm going to give you a moment. I just want you to pray about sowing seed into this ministry called Times 2. This is the debut and the launching of their new album, and it's going to go all over the place, and they're going to go all over the place. But I just want to sow. They didn't ask for this. This is their church. They wanted to come bless their church and bless their family. But I just feel like the Lord wants us to do this. So I just want to pray for you. Ask the Lord to speak to us about what we're to do. And that'll give you time to write checks or whatever it is that you want to do. But just pray with me, would you? Lord, I just want to thank you so much for the gift of this ministry. Lord, they don't just represent two girls. There's two husbands and there's a bunch of kids. And there's all these band members and their spouses. Lord, I just want to speak blessing and life over them. Lord, we thank you for the investment that they made in our lives tonight, Lord. I thank you that we're better because of them. God, I pray that you would speak to our hearts tonight. Would you just do that right now? Just speak to our hearts about what we're to do. Lord, it's not the amount. It's just that we just obey what you speak. So, Lord, I pray you take these gifts that we give tonight and bless them, Lord. Bless them. And we just thank you for it. Thank you for the privilege to give. And thank you for Times 2. In Jesus' name. Amen. You can start giving. As they give, let me just tell you, there's CDs right down there. I want to encourage you to go out. CDs, they got totes and t-shirts and stuff. Go support them. Buy a bunch of CDs and go send them across the country if you want to. It's a great gift, great opportunity to do that. But I want to encourage you to just bless them by stopping by and purchasing one of their new CDs. So as the offering comes by, here's what I want to do. I'm going to invite some of our prayer folks to come up. If you need prayer tonight, there'll be people here to pray with you. But we are done. We're going to dismiss you as the offering basket passes you. You will be dismissed, but some of our prayer folks, if you'd come forward and just, come right now, that'd be great. You can drop your gift in the bag on your way up. But if you need prayer for anything, please know that people are here to pray for you and believe with you and encourage you. You guys, did you enjoy tonight? Isn't that great? Yeah. Awesome. Well, God bless you as you're dismissed as the offering passes you. Have a great evening. Stop by the table and see the band as you leave tonight. God bless you guys. Thanks for being here.